Hi guys and welcome to this video. In this video I wanted to show you how to create an AI agent for your LinkedIn content. This is not like a super complex AI agent that you see everyone talking about on YouTube and any platform, super complex with like 100 functionalities. In this video I want to show you how to create your first AI agent for, in this case, for LinkedIn content that you can then upgrade and add more features into it. I think a lot of the times you see online, as I told you, that super complex stuff that, it gets frustrating to create, and if you are a beginner, especially on make.com or NA10 or any other automation platform, it can be really stressful to just create a super complex, or even if you take, like if they give you the file for the entire automation, it can get complex, it can get messy. So in this video, I will share my screen and we'll go to my screen and I'll show you how to create a simple AI agent on make.com that you can use for LinkedIn content. And this will create your LinkedIn post based on your instructions, or even I'll show you how to even upgrade it to an AI assistant with OpenAI, for example. It can make research for you, so it can research about the topic, trending news, whatever you want. You can do a research using Perplexity. Sonar can create images using the new ChatGPT AI image API, which is really cool. It was amazing images, and we just made a video before actually telling how to generate. If you didn't saw it, please go check it out if you are checking this on our YouTube or on our skill community. And again, of course, everything that I will show you here today, all the steps, because there will be like a scenario and 4 tools that the AI agent will use. I'll go step by step in which one of them is. They are really simple to set up, but I will show you step by step, and of course all the files, everything is right below on our skill community. So if you're watching this, anything else, please go there. You have all the files, all the prompts that I'll be using here. We have a really complex prompt for image generation and for the assistant of LinkedIn, so just check it out. It's there and you can just access our skill community. But as you can see here on the screen, I'll jump really quickly, and this is like the core of the entire automation. As you can see, guys, it's pretty simple. We will use Telegram to talk with the AI agent. You can change whatever you want. We use Slack all the time. However, a quick pro tip I'll say, and for people that are starting out, Telegram is really good, guys, to test AI agents and automation, just because it's super easy to set up a bot on Telegram. If you don't know how to do it, we have a video on our school community how to create a Telegram bot, or in YouTube. So just check it out. It's really simple. It takes like 1 minute to create the Telegram bot, and you can connect it via webhook. Okay, really simple. You go to Telegram, you grab your API key, you put it here, and every time there is an update there, like a conversation, it's really fast, it's really easy. The main difference with Slack, for example, guys, is that Slack, you need to create an app. It's a little bit more complex. It takes you some time. You need to go to the Slack app API website. You need to create an app. You need to install it on your Slack channel, and so on and so on. It's a little bit more tricky. There is also another videos here on our YouTube and school community about creating Slack apps, so if you want to check it out. But again, as I told you, for me, Telegram is really simple. Guys, you can see here, this is my test bot. It's really fast to reply, and it's really easy to set up. So I will always recommend, guys, if you want to test automation, even if you want to sell them, use Telegram to start. And then if you want to sell it to clients that only use WhatsApp or only use Airtable or Slack, then you can go and change it. But to test it out, Telegram is really good. Okay, so let's start with the automation. This is the entire automation, the AI agent. So as you can see, it's pretty easy. There is an input from Telegram, so me asking the bot something, then the agent will create research, create an image, and even schedule, or in this case, it posts automatically on LinkedIn if I want to, and then give you, of course, a response on Telegram for whatever task I ask him to do. Okay, so the big concern will be right here on the Make AI agent, and as you can see here, here are the tools that we'll be using. So this is the main one, the LinkedIn content agent that we'll be using, the research tool, and as you can see, guys, it's just one step, it's one module, so it's really simple. The LinkedIn post creator, which will create the LinkedIn post, again, super simple as well. And then you have the two a little bit more complex. I'll say the more complex is the image generation using the new ChatGPT image API. And then we have a really, in this case, really LinkedIn schedule. So it's just a schedule for a LinkedIn post. So this is the entire automation, okay, guys? And as I said, this is really, I think this is really valuable, this video, because this is like a super, I'll say, it's still complex, but it's super basic AI agent that you can then add features. So if you want, you can add a LinkedIn scraper that scrapes your competition and then gives you ideas. You can scrape For example, in my case, I can scrape Feedly with AI news and give me, you know what I mean? Like, you can add it up on your agent. I just want you to know the basic of creating the agent, I'll say some essential tools to use, and then you can add whatever you want to the AI agent. So this will be the one that we'll be using with the goal to post a LinkedIn post on LinkedIn. Okay, so let's start it out. So first of all, we will create this one. I will show you in a step all the tools, because we need to go jump back and forth connecting the tools with the AI agent. Okay, so the first thing that I told you is a watch update on Telegram. Really simple. Just click on a webhook. You grab your API when you create a bot. Again, if you don't know, check our videos here on the community on YouTube channel. We have a video for Telegram bots. So it's really simple. Watch updates, and it's immediately, which is really good. It's immediately, okay? Then you have the make AI agent, okay, guys? And in this case, you can see if I open up, you need to create an agent here. I already created. It's called LinkedIn Post Agent. And as you can see, you have all the tools. So when you add a tool, you just have to click here. So you have to pre-made build the tools in order to add it here. We also have a beginner's AI agent that goes entire features. If you don't say, check that video out as well, you will understand a little bit more what I'm talking about. So I added these additional tools. The thread ID, basically I'm grabbing the chat ID from from the previous Telegram bot, which is basically the chat ID. So it's basically this one here. If I grab it here, it's this ID here, chat ID, okay? And basically then I think the key sauce here is the additional system instructions with all the tools, all the rules. I tell them exactly which tool does what and how and what examples he needs to have on the conversation to grab those tools, okay? And as you can see, it's a pretty long prompt. Again, it will be down below in our skill community, so you can just copy and paste it. And then at the end, we have the message. So this is the chat ID for him to remember the history. As you know, AI agents can remember a previous conversation. In this case, we put the chat ID here, okay? And then on the bottom, you have the message. So the message is basically what I'm talking to the agent. So this is really simple. You just go to message and it's the text one. So it's really simple as well. Let me just see it where it is from, and let's see where it is. It's this one here. Okay, guys, so chat, and you can click on this one here as well. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of things you guys can add. You can add photos, you can add emojis as well. I will not go super in depth, to be honest. You can just go a little bit down, but here on message, as you can see, you're gonna go all the way and you click on the text filter here, which is this one here, and he will grab the text for the step number 1. Okay, here you can say no, so we will not continue the agent if it doesn't work. I already spoke on other videos that we always put no. I don't know any scenario that we can say yes to it. So as I said, to start with, you guys will create on an agent. When you create an agent, you'll go to this page here, which is called configuration. Okay, guys, and then in here you'll just give a name. I'll show you here. So this is basically the configuration of the agent. So you can just say a really simple system prompt: act as my social media manager. Your task is to create a LinkedIn post and generate images. So this is overall, okay? And if you go here, let me just grab here. So if you go to the age settings, you see that this is the name. You need to put a name on it. I'm using 40 mini. You can use other modules. And then the other stuff, you can let it as it is. And we want to grab 10 history message from before, so he remembers those messages just for reference. So I can grab some. If I already did the post, I want to now create an image. You can grab the post and the image. So this is really important. We can put it on 10. And then there is a really cool key thing here, guys, which is some people will ask, okay, why you don't put all the instructions here? You can do it, okay, guys. You can grab this information here. So these entire instructions, you can copy and paste and put it here. And all the tools you see here, you can grab them and put it here, okay? The only difference here, guys, why I'm putting in here is just because if you want to put it here, you can use specific this agent with these tools for other scenarios, okay? And every time you put this specific LinkedIn post agent, he will run exactly like this, okay? With additional instructions, it's basically the same, but I'm just choosing to put the instructions only on this automation here, okay? Just because, first of all, it's for testing purposes. I want to grab and I want to do a different one for a different, slightly different, with maybe I want to add different tools to test. So that's why I'm using all of these in here. if you want, you don't need to put it in here. If you want, you can put it on the configuration. You can put the entire instructions here, and on the tools, you can add them here. It's the same thing. You can just grab all the tools that are here on the list, and you can put it in here. Totally up to you guys. Again, if you put it here as additional tools and additional instructions, you will run the same. Again, just for testing purposes, I will leave them here, because in the future, if I want to do some tweaks, I can do tweaks directly on the AI agent, okay? But it's up to you. So as I said, first of thing, you'll grab the instructions, okay, guys? And I'll not read the entire thing; it's really long, but you can grab it down below in our skill community. So basically, it just says you are a social media manager. Your task is to create the best LinkedIn post possible, and then we always start with the tools. So tell them exactly what the tools are. So LinkedIn Post Creator, we use this tool to create LinkedIn posts. The research, we use this tool to research. So basically what I'm saying, guys, is that I'm giving exactly which tool does what, okay? So this one, use this tool to do this. X, use this tool to do Y, okay? So really simple. LinkedIn Schedule, use this tool to post directly on LinkedIn. And final, I only have 4 tools, which is RUI image generation. Use this tool to create the images, okay? And then we have some basic rules. The user will always be RUI, so you'll be talking to him only. Always treat the user politely. I just like to add it as this here. I saw it on a YouTube video. I thought that was cool. So I always add that as a rule. Always reply to the latest message, nothing else. So he always replies and wait for your output, which is really important. If the user provides incomplete information, always ask again. So I'll ask for follow-up question, which is really important, because if he doesn't understand, I don't want him to try to guess the task. I want to ask him back, like if he has any questions about it, okay? Then only use the tools when necessary, which is also important. Like he doesn't use all the tools at the same time every time you want to ask him something. So if I want to do a research, I don't want him to use the LinkedIn post schedule, for example. So I always like to put this as a rule. Only make a post when the user asks. And then after this rule here, the other one is I always like to do a little bit as the tools, but I always like to tell them when he should use each tool. So for example, always give the user the exact post of the link generation tool made and don't change it. After doing research, always ask if the user wants to create it. So I always try to make him like a sequence, right? So for example, I always like to do, like, for example, if I want to create a LinkedIn post, I will say, okay, let's do a LinkedIn post. And normally I start with the research, like what are the best AI news that I want to write about? Like, give me something, like do some research about productivity, because I want to create a one. So I always like start with the research. So in these rules here, I always like to say to the bot what he need to ask me after. So after you do the research, ask me if I want to create a LinkedIn post about it. When you do the LinkedIn post, ask me if I want to create an image. When you create the image, always ask me, do I want to post the post or not, right? So as you can see here, and again, you will have the rules below, but it's always the same. If the user asks you to create the LinkedIn post, ask the end. For in this case, I always ask him to rewrite it, create an image, or post it. Okay, so when he creates the LinkedIn post, you will ask me, okay, do you want me to rewrite it because you didn't like it? Do you want me to post right away with no image, or do you want me to create an image? If the user wants to create an image, use the image generator. So you know what I mean? Like, so it's always sequential, right, guys? So basically what I'm telling is, like, do the research, then ask the user, which is me, do you want me to create a LinkedIn post? If he says yes, use the RUI LinkedIn generator post tool to create it. After you create the post, ask him, do you want to rewrite it? Do you want to create an image, or do you want to post it? And then on the next rule, if he wants to rewrite, use the RUI LinkedIn generator tool again to rewrite. If the user asks you, yes, make me an image, use the RUI generator. You know what I mean? Like, so it's always sequential, guys. You will see that it's easier for him to understand what are the steps. Like, okay, if the user asks these, you can be more ambiguous and be more broad. It's totally fine. You can, sometimes it's good to give the agent a little bit more freedom to think about it. But in this case, I really know exactly the steps. So I just want to tell them exactly what he needs to do. Okay. So these are all the instructions. And then, so I have the message ID, I have the instructions, I have the message. And now let's go. So you don't have the tools yet. Okay. So let's create the tools. Okay. Because that's the only thing you need from here. Okay. So let me just delete here. And at the end, I can just show you the send a text message. Telegram is the last one. It grabs the chat ID from the step 1, so it remembers which conversation and which agent I'm using. And then the text, is always the response from the AI agent. So really simple, nothing else, pretty simple. Okay, guys. So we have this set up together, only missing the tool. So let's start it out, okay? So the first tool we have is the research tool, okay? And again, you can find all the files inside our school community and just import it, copy and paste, basically, really simple. So the research tool, guys, is really simple. It's just a Perplexity. We use OpenRouter, but you can use Perplexity AI because Perplexity do research really good. And as you can see, it just says, act like an expert research assistant. Your task is to do a deep research on the following topic, and then we grab the input from the AI agent. And as you can see, the module is Perplexity. Again, you can use Perplexity. We use like OpenRouter because you have all the models inside. It's really cool. You just put credits. It's really nice. We always recommend it. But how do you, so the only thing you need to do, guys, as you can see, is an OpenRouter with a act as a research, and the last one is return the output. And here is the research output, and we give this output back to the AI agent. So how can you do this input and output? And if you don't saw our first video about AI agents, when you just need to create this, and then you come here to inputs and outputs, okay? So on the input, you need to create one called research input, and the description is the research topic we want to do research about, is a text value, and we always say require because we really need these. So the AI agent needs to figure out what I want to research about, and he will send as an input to this tool, research input, which is the field name. He will send that text. So this is require. I always like to put require because I really need that to make the search, right? If not, he will create a search whatever he wants to create, okay? He will hallucinate probably, okay? So that's the input right in here, and then the output is, I just put it research input, research output. You can put the name, whatever you want. Just don't forget to always on the instructions to always refer the names. So research output you see here is the same thing, is the result of the research, is a text. I don't put require because I know this is the last step, so we will send it for sure. But I can put require if I want to, totally fine. This will be the last step, so we will send it back again to the AI agent. And so basically when you create these two and you click save, what happens now is that if you come here, how do I get these? You just have to go to these brackets here, and as you can see, the input now here is dynamic. So I just can click on this, and of course I already have it there. So you can grab the research input that you created in here, because the AI agent needs to send to this tool the topic productivity, and then he knows what is the input, okay? And the same thing as the output, it will automatically create this field here when you create the output here, and then you just open up, and what I want is the research, right? So I just go here, is content. On OpenAI will be results. On Perplexity, I think is text. So basically it's the text from the OpenAI or the module that you are creating, okay? So pretty simple as well. So this is the research one, okay guys? And then you click save. And then really important thing, guys, you always need to put this on demand, because I think like the first thing will be like this. Okay, if it's the clock, you need to change it to on demand, okay guys? Because I don't want this to run like 5 minutes or 1 hour. I want him to run when the AI agent needs. So always have to be on demand. And you open up, you need to activate, okay? And you click save. So the research is done, okay? So let's go back and let's do the other one. So now we have the LinkedIn post creator, okay? So the second one, as you can see guys, it's really simple. You can be more, I'll say more complex. I put it here just for your reference as well. You can use a message AI assistant, and you can create an AI assistant on OpenAI with all your tone of voice, your brand tones, and all the instructions for your brand, like your last 100 LinkedIn posts, and create a LinkedIn, an OpenAI assistant, and put it here. Okay, I didn't put it. I just did it more simply, which is an OpenRouter again. And it's just some instructions, okay? Again, the instructions will be on the school, but it's like act as a LinkedIn expert. There is some LinkedIn post rules that I put it here. Start with a high impact word book. All the stuff, all the way to I want to finish with I am Rui, and I share content around AI. Follow Rui for more. So this is just my like outro at the end. And create me LinkedIn post based on the following idea, and then again the dynamic field again that you need to create. But again, it's the same thing. OpenRouter and the scenario output. And then again, you put on demand, don't forget. You copy and paste this prompt, or you create your own about LinkedIn and what is the rules that you want for LinkedIn. And at the end, you need to say, oh, here is the prompt about, or here is the topic about. And then what you do, again, on scenarios, you have to create one called prompt or whatever you want, and says this is the content idea the user wants to create a LinkedIn post about text. And you can put require or not, totally fine. he will grab it for sure, because on the instruction I'm saying use the LinkedIn generator tool to grab. So I can put save, and then here, okay, if I go back in here, I put it a scenario output, I put LinkedIn post, okay, and basically just grab it here, and it's the same thing as the module and the choice message. So basically just output that goes again to the AI agent. Pretty simple as well, guys. It's the same thing as the research. The research use Perplexity. This one use OpenAI module or Claude or wherever you want, and it's a bigger prompt, okay? So again, this is done. You can use, as I said, you can use a message assistant on this place to have a really specific LinkedIn AI assistant, okay? The other one that I want to show you now, let's go to a little bit more complex too, which is the create image, which is this one here, re-image generation. Guys, again, I have a full video on how to create the images with HTTP request. So I'll go a little bit faster, but basically this is the entire prompt that generates the image. Again, it has an open router at the beginning because it needs to create the prompt for the image. So basically what I'm giving here is that I'm giving two messages. The first one is the LinkedIn post, which is a dynamic. So now the agent already made the LinkedIn post, it's on the Telegram chat, and now I need to send him if I want to create an image, right? So again, it's in an input, LinkedIn post in here, LinkedIn post, this is a LinkedIn post created by the agent, is a text and is required, okay? And then, as I said, to start, I need to tell them, look, this is my LinkedIn post, item number one as a user, and then the second message as a system message. Don't forget about it. You can put it everything in one. I like to separate it, but basically, as you see here, is just the objective is to you are an AI assistant that convert LinkedIn posts into visual concept prompt. So basically, I'm saying again, this is a really long prompt, but basically, it's just for me to create a super specific image for marketing infographics for LinkedIn. Okay, guys. Again, it's really complex. It'll be down below on our school. You can grab it really easy, but basically just says, you know, your goal is to give me a prompt that can create graphics, visually enhancing the LinkedIn blah blah blah. Objective is to review and interpret LinkedIn post provided, determine the core idea. So basically what I'm giving is that, okay, you need to interpret this post, and about this post you need to create a super in-depth prompt for my image. Okay, so this is the image prompt, okay, the first one. Then I have a text parser. Basically I'm just removing some quotes so it doesn't give an error on the HTTP request. This is a valuable one because it gives a lot of errors sometimes with some quotes inside of the prompt. So basically what I'm saying is just that to find all the quotes and basically gives you a space. Okay, so it's 0. And then I put the text here, which is the first message, and he will replace the entire quotes with nothing. Okay, then the second one, guys, I need to create a file name, and that will be for the Google Drive and also on. So here it's just really simple, just says create a file name for the image based on the prompt below. Rules: only give me the file name like this, image.jpg, because that's the format, always end in JPEG or JPEG or whatever you want to call it. Don't add anything else beside the file, and here is the prompt. So based on the first prompt of the image, he will create just a name, okay? And this will be used for the Google Drive. Again, I do the same thing, which is I remove any quotes from the name, just because it can give some errors in front of the automation. So I just remove all the quotes from the name file, okay? And last but not least, guys, is create a title, okay? I just want to create a title to go to send to Google Drive, so I know, you know, to organize a little bit better. So basically just says create a title for the following post so I can organize my project. And then it gives the LinkedIn post, so it's the same dynamic field which you grab it here, is the input that I put it on demand here on the bottom. It grabs the entire LinkedIn post that I made and creates a title for it, okay? Really simple as well. You can do this, all of these, you don't need open router, you can use ChatGPT. And now this is the most complex one, guys, which is the API to generate the image. So this is basically what you need to do, is you need to put this URL here. Again, it will be down with all the instructions on our skill community. It's a post method. The authorization, you have to be your API key. Okay, I'll put it down below an example, but you just bear and then you put your API that you grab on the API keys on OpenAI. And then the content name is application JSON, is a raw body type JSON, and then you need to put this exact same format. So it's GPT image 1. Then the prompt, I grab it from the second step, each one here, which is the prompt image without the quotes. Really important, guys. Don't put the first one because there is any. You see here, it's a prompt slash quote slash text. If you put extra quotes, it will give an error. Okay, and sometimes it still gives an error for me. So I'm still improving this as well. And the size, you can choose the size you want. I put it this one here, but you can choose the size you want. Okay, and then you click save. So really simple, guys. URL, post method authorization. You put your API key, content type, application session, raw, and you put this. Again, everything will be down below for you to copy and paste on the school community. Save. Then you need to parse the JSON. So I parse the entire data. Really simple is a parse JSON module. You grab the data, which is this module here. And then what I need to do, really important, guys, is this formula here is 2 binary. So you need to transform a big634 JSON, which is the file that the API creates, to binary, which is the module or the format that the platforms can read as an image. Okay. And then you upload the file to Google Drive, just because I want to have all the files in there. And basically you just choose a folder. It's upload file method. You grab the file map in here. You need to map it out. Okay. And then the file name is the text part that where we create the file name. You remember the JPEG name, you need to put it here. That's why we created. So this is the name, JPEG, with no quotes from this step here, step number 4. Okay. And then the data is the result of this formula here, the binary, which is this one here. And then you click save. And last but not least, guys, I put 2 outputs, which is I want a web view link from the Google Drive. I want to see in a Telegram right away what is the image, if I like it. And then I need a file ID to schedule the post on LinkedIn. Okay, this will be for the next tool, but you need these 2 outputs. So how you do it? You come in here, again on the LinkedIn inputs, we have the LinkedIn post, but on the outputs, I created 2. I create the image URL, which is this is the image URL, pretty simple. And then the second one is this is the image /file/ID or underscore, and then this is the image file ID text, and that's the thing. So I need the file ID from Google Drive, and I need the web view link to Google Drive so I can see it. Okay, really simple as well, guys. You just need to follow up, and again you have all the files inside. So this is the create image scenario make, and last but not least, guys, is just the scheduler, which is really simple, and then you just need to connect everything together. Okay, really simple. So let's go back to the last one. Okay, so the last one here is, let me just grab it 1 second, is the LinkedIn schedule. Okay, guys, so this is the last one. And so the last one here is really simple, 3 modules only, which is you need to have an input of the LinkedIn content, because for LinkedIn, what I need the image and I need the post. Okay, so the LinkedIn content basically just says, this is the LinkedIn copy post of the copy of the post. Okay, is a text and is required. The second one is the file ID. So I need the file ID. This is the file ID. And the AI agent will know what is the file ID. Okay, so I make 2 inputs and 1 output, which is just the post URL, because I want Telegram to tell me, hey, you schedule, here is the link for LinkedIn. Okay. The second one is just to create a user image post in LinkedIn. Really simple. You just use the file, and you can download the file, grab the file from the download file step. And then you don't need to put a title, you just need to grab the content, which again, it's a dynamic field that we choose, which is the LinkedIn content. You put it here. It's public, it's shareable, blah, blah, blah. This is really simple as well. And you click save. And last one but not least is just the post ID. I just put the post ID here. You can put other stuff in here, whatever you want. But again, I just need the Google Drive download file and the LinkedIn content. LinkedIn ID for here, for the Google Drive, I need the file ID here, so this is the download file. You put enter manually and you choose from the inputs dynamics the file ID, so it knows what file to grab for the image for the post. Okay, and that's it, guys. You click save, again on demand. Don't forget and activate all the tools. And now to finish, let's go back to the AI agent. I know that's a little bit long, guys, but again, you do it once, you do whatever AI agent you want pretty much. But again, then what you need to do is just come here to add tools and just look for all of the names. That's why I put Rui, which is my name, on all of them. So just search for the name and you click add, and it will be all in here. They all need to be active. If they say inactive, go back to the tool and activate it and save it. But all of them are active. Okay, and now everything will work, guys, because you already have the instructions, you have the ID, you have the message, and you have the tools. So now everything is done. So let's test it out. Okay, guys, so let me save it. let's open up here and hey, and now let's test it out. Hi, how can I assist you? Can you give me the last AI news from this week? So in this case, as you guys can see, guys, I'm just asking for news, okay? And if I go back, let me just go back really quickly. You will see him working. You see, let's see. Wait a second. Let me see if he's grabbing or not, because I activated here as well. Okay, so he's running, okay? I'll just show you on the second step. So let me just push myself here. So as you can see, give me all the information, all the AI news, major development, OpenAI operator, AI assistant, Apple's. Of course, sometimes it can give some error. Again, don't forget this is Perplexity, but you can be more specific. Ukraine joins AI convention, innovation and trends, AI governance, this week new highlights significant, blah, blah, blah. And then also ask me, do you want to create a LinkedIn post? Because I told him on the stuff. So yes, let's create a LinkedIn post about let's choose just one. Okay, let's choose this one here. Okay, the Ukraine one. Okay, let's create a LinkedIn post about, and then I'll just put it like here. Okay, and now as you can see, it's running. That's what I was want to show you. So it's running on the back, the AI agent, and this stuff here is grabbing all the other tools. Okay, and as I said, guys, sometimes it can give an error, special on the images because of the quotes. That's something that even with the replace text sometimes gives an error. You can add an extra step with ChatGPT to just say, hey, read this text and please be sure that there is no quotes. But even though not super perfect, but I can see, guys, it create me the post. I hope you can see it. I don't know if I can. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, guys, it create me the post. Here is a LinkedIn post I created around Ukraine. So really cool, guys. Not, again, have the outro that I wanted. Again, it's not super great. You need to give more information, but I think it's really cool. You have some bullet points, some emojis, which is fine. A major shift in happening in European AI when policy speaks the same language. France to Finland to Ukraine under one roof. Okay, so it's really not super like specific to my tone, but again, I didn't give it an assistant. I just give some basic prompts on call to action and so on. So I think it's really cool. You have some emojis, you have the author that I wanted. And as you can see at the end, it says, do you want me to create the image, rewrite it, or it's okay to go ahead? So I'll say create the image. Let's see if it can create. Again, guys, this is the one that most sometimes takes some errors, but let's see it if you can grab all the stuff. So you need to wait a little bit, guys. It's always like this, but I think this is really cool, guys. Again, it's a super basic. You can do it for Twitter, you can do it for Facebook, Instagram, whatever, because you have image integrated. So you can do Instagram if you want, and it's really simple. It's on Telegram. You can be on your phone, just talk through it. It's really simple as well, and you can add as many features. As I said, guys, now with this tool, I can be better. I can put better prompt to really specific. I can give him, like, I don't know, maybe my last 100 LinkedIn posts, so he knows exactly my tone and my format. I can even give him examples of the top influencers in the space that I want to kind of mimic. You know what I mean? So you can do so much things, and again, they are really simple to set up, and you can add more stuff. Don't forget that if you add an extra tool, you always need to go to the instructions and tell them exactly the tool. So if I want to create a LinkedIn scraper that scrapes like a competitor, I need to go there and say to the hey, look, now you need to use the LinkedIn scraper to scrape this if the user asks. Okay, so as you can see, guys, it create me an image. Okay, so let's see if it's anything good. Maybe it's not, but we can ask him to create a new image if you want. Okay, so not super great. There is no background on the image. Okay, so let's see if I can create a new one. Let's see if you can create a new image. Sometimes that happens. Let's see if you can create one. Let's see if it's running. Okay, so it's running again. And as I said, guys, this is the cool thing about an AI agent. It's not a linear automation. So you can just talk here. You can say rewrite it. You can say short it down. So it's really easy, guys, because you can be, and the cool thing about Telegram, you guys, you can be open this really small on your screen on the side, and you can be like searching, like, oh, I found this news. This is really cool. Let me put it here on this. Hey, create me a LinkedIn post. So it's really simple, and you can just say, hey, post it, and he will post it for you. So this is a really cool, like, mini agent or mini employee that you can have on your left side. So imagine now that you add Twitter, you add Instagram, everything inside of the same with specific instructions. That would be really cool, guys, right? Because now I can be here working and like, oh, I found this tool. Imagine that I can even add here, for example, a YouTube scraper. So I'm seeing a YouTube video. Oh, this would be really cool for a LinkedIn post. I just put the URL here and you will scrape the LinkedIn YouTube. It creates me the LinkedIn post as well. You know what I mean? Like, so you can add so much more stuff to the bot. It's just a matter of, you know, doing whatever you want with it and add as many tools as you want. And again, you can even sell these guys to people. Basically, you can sell these to companies. You can sell these for whatever you want. Let me see if it grabs. Okay, hopefully this is a new image. Okay. Oh, no, that's okay. Europe Eats Play on AI Unit. So this is a really cool image, guys. Again, so let's go further. Oh, so I like this image. So let's say, let's post. Okay, yes, post on LinkedIn. Okay, and let's see if you can post it, and we'll check my LinkedIn to see it. Of course, I will delete it after that. But as you can see, guys, it's really cool. It does everything for your research. LinkedIn. Okay, link with a successful schedule. You can view it. Then the LinkedIn is not super great, so we need to maybe tweak it a little bit. But if I go to LinkedIn here, and I go to my profile, it should be here. Let's grab it, and here it is, guys. So boom, it's on Instagram, on LinkedIn, sorry. And as you can see with the image, really cool with the entire stuff. Okay, guys, so I'll just delete it again because I was just for the test only. I'm not super political, to be honest, so I'll just delete it. But as you can see, guys, the bot runs smoothly, runs everything. It's really easy to set up. Again, it's half an hour this video because I'm just taking step by step, but this probably took me like 15 minutes to create. So again, you'll have all the files down below in the video on the school community. So will be the first link if you are watching this outside of our school community. If you're watching on our school community, you have all the prompts, all the files, everything right below the video to just plug and play and start using your own bot. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to give you some value, that it doesn't have to be super complex, super NA10 project. It can be a super simple 3 modules on Telegram that just have like some basic stuff for you to create, and you can create really cool with really high image, guys, especially using the new image API from ChatGPT, and create really cool LinkedIn posts or Twitter or wherever you want. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Check the links down below. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and I see you on the next video. Thank you so much.